How do you do? It would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, we warn you.
Ladies and gentlemen, freaks of all ages, welcome to the Three Freak Circus. Step right up as we bring you the strangest sights from the four corners of the internet. Come see it all in our three-ring circus of terror, hauntings, movies, and all things horror. Come one, come all, welcome to the Three Freak Circus. Yeah, that's right, baby. Welcome to the Three Freak Circus, your home for all things horror. We got a special show for you today. We're going to do some practical effects profiles. We've got all types of freaky stories about the paranormal sightings, things that are going wild in this world today. Stick around. Hey, how y'all doing out there?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good evening, good afternoon, as the case may be, or maybe good night if you're watching this on replay. This is the Three Freak Circus with our special edition Eve of the Damned, here to spook you up just a little bit. Oh, everybody having a good week out there? Hey, buddy, doing all right?
Not really.
No, a hell of a week. No, you want to fucking know about it now.
I advocate for brutal honesty. Tell us how you really feel.
Nah, it's gone all right. It's okay.
Yeah, I was having a good week until I was walking through the house early in the morning and, accidentally knocked down a curtain. And, my ninja-like reflexes, I had to spin around and catch that son of a bitch. And I knew instantly it was a mistake. I'm too old to be spinning around like that. And so I've been laid up on the couch with a pulled groin for the past 3 days. Yay!
Me and a couple of my buddies were talking about that. We're all past 40, and usually when something like that happens and it's really cool, nobody's there to see it.
Right?
Yeah. And then when you try to tell people about it, they're like, "Yeah, okay," and then you usually hurt yourself. So.
No, but Newton, seriously, I spun around. I caught that thing. It only fell 3 inches. Ow. Yeah, just like that.
It's hell getting old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, once you hit 25, it's all downhill.
Yeah.
I feel like I made
Mine was 30.
That's why you marry young.
Yeah, somebody needs to take care of my old ass.
It's an investment. It's a decision.
It is. The missus and I actually just celebrated 25 years together. So
Congratulations.
25th anniversary of the day I went and stole her from her mom's house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Liz.
Yeah.
Liz, if you're suffering from Munchausen syndrome, just blink twice. We'll come.
She's probably our only viewer right now, actually.
Because I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You guys are beautiful. That picture you posted is adorable. Where you guys are sitting together.
Oh, on the merry-go-round?
Yeah. So
yeah, you didn't pay much attention to the uniform I had to wear for that gig.
I don't know. You guys look so happy. I was looking at your faces.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was like 3 days before I went and picked her up.
Nice.
And yeah, we had to wear white overalls. We had a carousel set up in the East Lansing Mall over Christmas time, and you had to wear white overalls with either a pink or a teal shirt.
Ooh.
You know how it is to keep white on a merry-go-round? You know, there's grease everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
I'd
you had
imagine.
merry-go-round. Like,
Pardon?
did you have to match the merry-go-round?
It was a Christmassy thing, you know. We had garland wrapped all around the fence, and you know, put on some funky colored light bulbs, green and red for the Christmas thing. We were supposed, and we had to play we had one tape, not CD, kids, tape of Christmas music that was on constant replay, and that's all we had.
Nice.
Yeah, it was horrible. That's what Liz called me up one night, and she said, I got in a fight with my parents, and I ain't got no place to stay. And I'm like, you know what, this mall gig really blows. So I drove all the way across Michigan, picked her up, then drove her ass across state lines to Indiana.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for Hey, wait a minute, Steve, you're older than I am, so. Yeah, that's my buddy Steve. He is now the Bionic Man.
That's what you're saying. You've got all kinds of hardware.
Yeah. But he's still around, so we're happy about that.
It happens.
Yeah. So, what do you got for me today, sir? You had a practical special effects profile that you were going to do.
Yeah. So, it just blew me away because I was looking at coming up with a new profile for a practical special effects piece on this, and I was thinking, well, I want to know who did the special effects for The Thing, the original Thing, back in early 80s with Kurt Russell. And it was John Carpenter film.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking into this guy, and his name's Rob Bottin, and he's been called a special effects genius by his contemporaries, and that includes the famous master of special effects, Rick Baker. And at 14, Bottin submitted illustrations to Rick Baker, who immediately hired him just off of his illustrations alone at 14 years old. He's worked on iconic horror movies and sci-fi films that are industry staples and household names. Everybody knows these movies, that are, especially those that love horror. Most notably, his first movie that he did practical special effects on was King Kong. He was later did the cantina scene in Star Wars, which he was not given a credit for, unfortunately. And The Howling was his first big break, which actually came out about a few months before American Werewolf in London, that Rick Baker did the special effects on. So as I was mentioning, he went on to collaborate with John Carpenter in the classic horror The Thing. And Bottin has 26 other movies to his credit altogether. That includes The Fog, RoboCop, RoboCop 2, Total Recall, Legend, Twilight Zone the movie, The Witches of Eastwick, Inner Space, Mimic, Seven, Fight Club, and Game of Thrones. He was nominated for an Academy Award in 1986 for Best Makeup, and is awarded the Special Achievement Academy Award in 1991. Interestingly, Bottin disappeared from Hollywood in the public eye in the 1990s, and no one had been able to contact him, not even industry insiders. And all the reasons for that are speculation and rumor to this point. He did reappear after years of being gone for that one single episode of Game of Thrones in 2014, and then he poofed, disappeared again. So we got a really cool clip of his work and some of his history, and that's a credit to George Rockall Schmidt.
Or as I've mispronounced it my entire life, Rob Bottin. He's probably most famous now for his astounding work on The Thing. And there's a companion piece of mine, published at the same time as this video, where I specifically look at his work on that movie. The link is in the description below. Bertin, as a kid, was by his own account a bit of an outsider. He was the type of kid that would like to dream up fantasy creatures and monsters, the type of which he would go on to make. When he was only 14, he sent special effects pro, Rick Baker, a number of illustrations. That's around about the time Baker was working on The Exorcist, something I kind of think looks like Bertin would have loved to have done.
Who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit.
Baker was so impressed with Bertin's work, he hired him.
The reason I think I am so successful at such a young age is I was taught by, one of the best special
Bob
effects guys
Seger.
in the business. Named
Dude,
Rick
his
Baker.
hair and
He won the
beard are
Academy
fucking
Award this year
majestic.
for American
There they
Werewolf.
are.
In fact, Bertin even got his high school officials to unofficially allow him to go to school in the morning and in the afternoons work with Baker as an apprentice. The first film Bertin worked on was Dino De Laurentiis' King Kong in 1976.
When I first talked to the De Laurentiis people, they were interested more in me building the suit than portraying Kong. And I told them I could do it. I've had experience with that before. I've studied gorillas for like 13 years.
Baker hated the King Kong suit he'd worked on in collaboration with Carlo Rambaldi. Rambaldi would later go on to work with H.R. Giger on the Xenomorph mask in Alien. Anyway, it was a start for Bertin, but the second film Bertin worked on was one of the most loved ever made. He was an uncredited special effects makeup assistant on Star Wars, where he helped create some of the weird aliens in the famous Mos Eisley Cantina scene.
How do you not get credit for that stuff?
I think it's because he was a minor.
Always disappointed when I go into a bar and they're not playing that music. The year Star Wars came out, 1977, was also the year that Bertin turned 18 and set up his own company. He worked with Baker on The
18.
Fury in 1978, by which time his apprenticeship had effectively come to an end.
Genius.
The following year, he got a full special effects makeup credit, rather than an assistant credit, for his work on Piranha. Bertin would later work with Joe Dante, the director, on Twilight Zone the movie, Explorers, and Inner Space.
I love that movie.
But after Piranha, Bertin went on to lead the effects and makeup on Tanya's Island and John Carpenter's The Fog, where he met John Carpenter and badgered his way into being one of the ghosts at the end of The Fog.
So I went in and I met John.
Oh, there's that
and
epic
he
hair
was
again.
shooting The Fog. And I said, you know what? Do you have any creepy kind of characters that, are in this movie? I said, I'd love to play it. You got anything like the guy with a mask in Halloween or whatever? Because as a matter of fact, I do.
Although The Thing in 1982 is what made Bertin such a well-known artist, it was The Howling in 1981 that, I think, allowed him to break out. Another Dante film, The Howling is about a newswoman who finds herself trapped in a mountain retreat where all the inhabitants are werewolves. Oh dear. It was released in the same year as
I don't
American
think I've ever
Werewolf
seen
in
that.
London and Wolfen,
Awesome.
beating both of those titles to the theatre by a number of months. Now, interestingly, it was originally Rick Baker who was assigned to be the FX artist on The Howling, but he left that project to work on An American Werewolf in London, handing his work over to Rob Bertin. I think it's amazing that they worked on two films which were essentially in direct competition with each other. And from what I can tell, the competition was healthy, and they helped each other out. The effects in American Werewolf in London and The Howling are very similar, especially in the growing of the snout. Both effects are very impressive, but for a relative newcomer, Bertin really did himself a huge favour by showing that he could do live transformations. The bubbling skin, the changing face, it doesn't rely on trick shots, and I think that's ultimately why after The Fog, Carpenter went back to Bertin. The Howling also seems to be where Bertin met actor Bob Picardo, at least professionally. They got on with each other, not least because Picardo really didn't mind the hours and hours of getting made up and then acting, whereas many other actors find it a chore or find it very tiring. Now, I said The Thing is probably the film with Bertin's most known work, and it's
Movie's
probably
still
John
creeping me
Carpenter's
out.
best known film too, or at least one of them. As I said, I've made a separate video about Bertin's work on The Thing, so I'm not going to delve too deeply into it here. But I will say that there's so much incredible ingenuity, imagination, and technical expertise,
Dude, that's sick.
it almost boggles the mind. How does that spider thing walk? How did they cut the good doctor's hands off? Who's going to turn into what next? At the time of its release, The Thing wasn't well reviewed, but Battine's effects were appreciated. And I think as time has gone on, and we've gotten past the assumption of the early 90s that CGI will be able to make anything look
I
real,
got some
those
homework
effects
to
have
do. I
become
haven't
more
seen either one of
appreciated.
those.
After
You
completing
haven't?
his work on The Thing,
No, I don't.
Battine was
shit.
sent to hospital
I don't know. Don't
where he
ask
was
why. I don't
diagnosed
know.
with exhaustion. He went on to work on The Witches of Eastwick, RoboCop, Total Recall, all of those incidentally with Henry Alvarez, a sculptor who started his career on The Thing. Later in his career, he went on to do the special effects makeup in Basic Instinct, in Seven, in Fight Club, and then after Mr. Deeds and Serving Sarah in 2002, he just kind of disappeared. Way back in 1998, Battine was originally set to direct Freddy vs. Jason.
That'd be
After
cool.
some time in development hell, the film was directed by Ronnie Yu and came out in 2003. There's a persistent rumor on forums and websites that he went into real estate, although the source of that rumor always just seems to be that someone heard it or read it someplace else. The speculation that he had a falling out with Rick Baker around about the time of The Howling, and that he wasn't really a people person, and maybe that contributed to him leaving the industry. But that's just speculation. I know there are plenty of people...
So that's the thing. The guy just has totally disappeared, and nobody even knows where to find him now.
Well,
I'm dropping all these monoliths.
it might be. They actually figured out what that was about. But for Battine, he came back. He came out of the woodwork for the 2014 single episode of Game of Thrones. Nobody's really sure who contacted him on that, and then he just left again and was like, "All right, peace out." He did another short film that made like $14,000, and it was like a YouTube thing. And so obviously he didn't do it for the money or the prestige. He did it because he liked what he saw. But yeah, you can't. I guess don't call him. He calls you. That's how it be, I guess.
Right. Well, I mean, how's he getting scripts then? But whatever floats his boat.
Well,
I wish I could make that kind of money and then just not have to work the rest of my life.
Well, he probably pays attention to the wires and everything else, and then decides like, oh, well, this would be something that I'm sure there's one or two people out there that have his phone number that talk to him. But yeah, just a prodigy, man. That's at 14 years old, and then at 18, just basically like, well, yeah, I'll take over Rick Baker's work that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Be cool to hone just one of my skills to a point where I could be like so good at it that if I show up, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah, you can do this."
Right.
Like, just roll up on a set and be like, "Hey, I came to fix this shit," and everyone just be like, "Yes."
I'm telling you, even though I have the collector's edition of The Thing, and I'm telling you, even though it was made in 1981, 82, whatever, it will disturb you. The scenes will disturb you. It's
might have to throw that one on tonight.
gory, and it's just. I mean, it's also a very well written script, and the acting is good, and it's just imagine 30 Days of Night, but with an alien being taking over people a long time ago in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Arctic, and it's just super creepy, and the effects are just beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful.
Well, I'll have to add that one to the list. You guys got to hold me to this shit, though.
I know.
I forget. Like this week, I've been, like I said, laid up on the couch, and oh man, I watched a bunch of newer movies. I checked out Uncle Peckerhead, which was hilarious. Anybody else happen to catch that one?
Did not get a chance to,
No.
man. I didn't do my homework.
Damn it, guys.
So much other homework to do. It wasn't even funny, man.
Right. You had real homework to do, though, man. You've got a lot going on over there.
Made myself sick. The next day, I was just like, bleh.
But you got like what, a 98 on it? So
I got a 96.85 overall grade, and I aced my final. Aced it.
that is fucking awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thanks, y'alls.
And I do have. I was looking for. I knew I have it somewhere, but now I can't find it. Uncle Peckerhead was hilarious. It's about this band, and these guys give up everything to go on the road. They're kind of a punk rock band, and they just have all types of troubles. When they finally get to go out, they've taken care of everything else. They're heading out to the van. Right as they walk up to the van, it gets repossessed. So yeah, so they go out looking for. They go out putting notes on. Can we rent your van? Can we borrow your van? Because they've got this big 7-day round the state tour that they're gonna do, and they come across old Uncle Peckerhead. Although they never call him that.
This is the character name.
Yeah. They never call him Uncle Peckerhead, but he does come to be quite close with them. I can't believe I don't have a trailer for that. I suck. But no, they go on tour with him, and every night, what happens is every night at midnight, this guy turns into a human eating thing. He prefers thing over monster or zombie. And he's a nice guy, but he's got 13 minutes every night that he eats people.
Man gotta eat.
Yeah,
Yummy.
yeah. And as he's helping them out, he eats people that benefits them.
I prefer to eat people for longer than 13 minutes.
He's their
mostly.
fairy god. He's the fairy god uncle.
That was terrible.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was a good movie, and I ended up watching a couple others. I tried to watch Come Play, couldn't get it to play. That one looks pretty interesting.
I have to check it out because
Actually,
it's one of.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Eve.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it's one of those it doesn't have a lot of promotion and big time power behind it, but those movies usually turn out to be really good if you give them a chance.
Right. And that's one thing I like. Fangoria, their parent company, has gone through some transitions lately. But and hopefully this continues, and we don't know during their transitions. But Fangoria was going to some of these smaller smaller movie makers and distributing their films for them under the Fangoria label. I saw one over the summer. It's called Porno.
Oh,
If you guys get a chance to see this thing, it's hilarious. Very low budget movie, but it's worth the time. Apparently Fangoria thought it was something they wanted to invest and distribute. One of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen in any movie is when this guy's cock explodes. Oh,
in a good way.
Not in a good way. No, it disintegrates, dude. It's not a pretty sign, not a pretty scene. But if that's the kind of thing you're into and want to go check it out, that one's called Porno. It's I think it's available on Netflix right now.
Yeah, if there's exploding cocks, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. Oh, what else we got this week, kids?
Nothing.
Hello.
So there's a new movie coming out on Vudu. I think it's actually out. It's the one where the chick trades places with the serial killer.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to watch that? I wanna
Yeah.
see that.
I've been wanting to, yeah. Has anybody seen it yet?
No.
No.
I know it's been out for a little while.
It looks funny. I mean, if Vince Vaughn's in it, then
Yeah. Funny. Hopefully a little bit creepy. That's why you watch a horror movie.
I've heard the special effects are really good as well. So it's supposed to be a good. I mean, it even came out in theaters, and it was #1 in theaters mostly because of the pandemic. It normally wouldn't be, but because they released it, people actually watched it. So that's really cool.
Why do I have so many videos of the naked blacksmith?
Because
him?
we're in love with the Naked Blacksmith.
He is. He's awesome. I love that guy.
Johnny,
Fan club.
we should make a fan club for him. Do something special.
We do. Yeah, he is a cool dude, and he
Yeah.
spread. Is from what I've seen, he spreads nothing but love.
He is seems like a very decent human being. Very much so. I'm still going to try to get him to adopt me.
Yeah.
That's a little creepy, but okay. You know.
Why? I don't have a dad.
Aww.
Daddy.
Dad, I think he'd be a good one.
I think he'd be an
I do
excellent
too.
dad. He'd be like a big brother. I mean, I know we're close in age, but he could be like a big brother. Lead me through the darkness. Show me how to find the path to love and light.
Right. Yeah.
Love and light.
Under the apron.
Instead of this fucking war fucking tribe that I have in my blood. I have to do something about it.
Your boiling, prolific rage.
Yep. fucking fight.
Fucking fight.
Yep.
Is that
Well,
all you're
there's a
doing?
party.
Doesn't even need to eat.
From the hypothalamus comes the 4Fs, which they won't say it in a class or in a peer-reviewed article or a paper, but it's the 4Fs are feed, flight, fucking fight, and that's
Well,
those
fight
are-
was in there twice, or was that flight and fight?
flight.
Like, yeah.
So those four things are what are the base of all of us.
Right. So Eve has given us some homework, guys. We are to watch this film this week.
Good morning. That's me,
Blumhouse.
Millie. Ordinary, boring Millie. I love your dress. I think I saw it at Discount Bonanza.
Oh,
So I
that's
was never
cruel.
the most popular.
Homecoming's this weekend.
Booker is going to be at the dance.
And boys never really noticed me. Honestly,
I knew
if
that
this was
guy.
a horror movie, I'd be one of the first ones to get killed. Cute, creepy dude in the mask. Like I said. But actually, it turns out
Where am I?
I didn't get killed.
Oh my god, why do I sound like that?
I woke up in the killer's body.
Ah!
Blissfield Butcher strikes again.
Don't freak out.
You're black. I'm gay. We are so dead.
Can you stop? It's me, it's Millie. Hail, Blissfield, high, feel our glory and our might.
And not only is that psycho wearing my body, he's killing it.
He's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Who knows how many of our friends he's gonna kill?
Are you sure this is safe? No.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's a slaughterhouse.
I have like less than 6 hours to swap back or I'm gonna be stuck in this body forever.
Hurry up, loser. I gotta take a dump.
I have to admit, it hasn't been all bad.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Move! How's that feel? I'll make you wish your stupid face was never born. Oh my god, did you just pee yourself? What am I wearing?
I'm actually really liking this for you. Great. We're gonna get killed by Murder Barbie.
I can't wait to kill you.
Time to stop this asshole.
We're in this together.
I want my body back.
Come and get it.
Look, I know I look like the butcher, but it's Millie.
He's crazy.
Okay, Booker, can you look at me, please?
Dry up, bitch.
Booker, help! Booker!
Will you shut up?
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty. That was a lot better than the trailer I saw for it before.
I think it's going to be good.
Well, it is out now. You find it on your local streaming service.
I know it's on Vudu, but I don't know how much they're charging.
Right. I did come across. Oh, Man,
my chest.
I got some cool old trailers I've been saving.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Well, no, I don't delete if it's something I want to watch, then I don't delete it. You know, but I come across this one that's supposed to be on Shudder. Oh no, this is porno.
You guys hear that? The science of porn is well known. The human brain, when aroused by erotic images, dumps chemicals into the bloodstream, which send the viewer into full throttle, give me more mode.
No, that's right. And we may think that we're just being curious, but that will turn into an obsession.
Not for the easily offended. That is true.
When we watched that movie, we unleashed a sex demon.
Yay!
Yay, sex demons!
Like the soundtrack too.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack rocks.
Why I don't watch porno.
So yeah, that one came out April 10th. So you can find it, check it out. I know it was on Shudder. I don't know if they still have it or not.
Definitely gonna get it. You know, I hope. I know with the pandemic, quote unquote. I'm not even gonna fucking get into that. And with streaming and everything else, you know, DVDs and Blu-ray are, you know, oh, they're the past. It's all digital now and stuff like that. But I pulled out my horror collection last night and stacked it up, and I'm rebuilding it to what it used to be, and it's becoming pretty impressive. And I hope that they still release DVDs of stuff like that, because I like having them there. They're like books to me. I like seeing them. I like admiring them. I like taking them out, dusting them off every once in a while, and playing them. And it's just, it can't, you know, like reading a book on a Kindle with Kindle is great, or, you know, on a tablet. Awesome. I have nothing against it, especially being a writer, because that's a huge market.
Mm-hmm.
But I love holding like a bound book in my hands. And I got a new book. I got a new Stephen King book the other day, and I was literally sniffing it. And I was like,
books smell so good.
It's like, Candace, come here and smell this. And usually when I say that, it's not a good thing. But yeah, nice. So I was like, no, just sniff it. And so I feel the same way about DVDs, and I hope that they put all these new ones out and give them a chance.
Oh yeah, they'll be in the $5 bin at Walmart in no time.
Right, exactly. Dude, I found stuff in the $5. I found Seven in the $5 bin. I found Candyman in the $5 bin. I found Hocus Pocus in the $5 bin.
Your hands out of the $5 bin.
What did you pull out of it?
Your hands. That went home with me.
Yeah, those belong like up on a shelf of gold.
Yeah.
With, you know, confetti and shit, not being in the $5 bin. It's just because
I've had to buy like 5 or 6 different times, and thank God for the $5 bin. Because people always borrow it. Do you remember the movie Girl Interrupted? It was like Angelina Jolie, Brittany Murphy, and
oh yes, Brittany.
It was 3 or 4 of those girls early, almost first movie, and it was so fucking good and so fucked up. And I've had to buy it at least 5 or 6 times, and I'm really glad that I can find it there.
Yeah. I miss Brittany Murphy. I loved her.
Full collection of movies too. I will, even if I have them on digital, I prefer to go to the shelf and pull it out of the box and put it in the DVD player.
I know.
Nice.
I feel like none of us can trust a fart from you.
At least we're all in separate places.
I can't trust a fart from me. And real careful.
So, as we're starting to close out 2020 here, there's been a lot more paranormal sightings and things going on. Of course, you know the big thing everybody's talking about now is the monoliths showing up and disappearing all over the place. Nobody seems to know anything, or at least they're not saying anything. Oh, I know just this morning, I know that they had the one out in the Utah desert that disappeared. Although I'm going to look for it. The news channels was playing a video and they said it was taken by the people that took it out.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but it's an artist group called The
Is it?
Greatest Artists in the World. Yeah, and they posted it on Instagram and finally came clean with they were the ones that were doing it.
Damn,
Well, and
really only a week? I'd have played this shit for like at least a month.
Right?
Well, I imagine if the National Security Agency starts breathing down your neck, you're probably
That's true.
gonna
Yeah. You're like,
be kindly asked to explain your actions to
Yeah.
the American public.
yeah, true. Not good. 2020, no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
but so that's a worldwide group then.
yeah, they're a huge group of these artists and stuff like that. You try to pull it up here, Ringmaster. Let's see. I just read it last night, and I was gonna I shared it on Facebook, but I didn't think to share it with you guys, so that's my bad.
We'll forgive you this once.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But don't make us smell your farts.
Oh,
I got it.
Trust me, you don't want to smell my farts. I would never do that to you.
All that love
You-
reserved for your wife.
Yeah.
Say this is where your wife is like ...
Yep. What did you got it pulled up, Ringmaster?
Yeah, I don't have a video. I got a story here that the mystery of the monolith has been solved. The world watched in wonder when a metal monolith was discovered in southern Utah desert last month. 2 weeks after it appeared, the monolith was dismantled by 4 men, but then another one appeared across the globe in Romania. Just like the first one, it too vanished.
There you go.
guys hear-
That's what I was laughing at.
At my echo?
No,
Where
at the
the-
comment.
Oh,
The dot,
I can't
dot,
tell. I'm reading a page. I can't see you guys right now, so you're gonna
Oh.
go for that.
So we can do all sorts of things and you won't know it.
Yep. I can't see anything. However, I do rewatch the old stream. So
Mrs.
Aw.
Psycho weighing in.
a community of artists known as the Most Famous Artists posted a photo of the monolith on their Instagram account Friday, saying monolithataservice.com. The photo included specs of the artwork, noting authentic dimensions and museum quality materials, edition of 3+1 artist proof, and they will deliver it to you so you can set it up. Nice.
There.
So they're helping artists all over the world get this similar unit put up. That's cool.
Yes. So it was just a
Little
concentrated effort by some smart people with artistic ability and ingenuity, and
that's kind of sad. I agree with V. I would have played this fucker out as long as possible, but yeah, I guess once the government comes sniffing around.
Well, and it's just, but one of the main reasons the government probably came sniffing around wasn't because they were worried about people having mass hysteria about aliens and stuff like that, but it shows you just how easy it is to fuck with people and get them to focus on something and be completely out of control about it within 10 minutes.
Yep. It was like national news everywhere, real fast.
And the government's like, hey, that's our gag. You can't. We had that planned for next month. Damn it.
So speaking of weird paranormal shit, Eve has some creepy stories for us from the world of the damned.
I do.
I thought you did.
Are you wanting me to read it or are you?
You do whatever floats your boat. I thought you had already picked a couple of them out that you wanted to go over.
I did. I didn't know that I need to have them up.
Murder.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't give warnings.
Oh, you're good. So you want me to do all the paranormal sightings? Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, the paranormal news.
You are paranormal news.
Next week, I'm moving my area to where you guys can see these lights doing.
Oh, is it happening again?
Every time.
Every time we do a show,
And
those
it's-
lights flicker.
And never when it's not the show.
That's
I come
fucking
all the time
awesome.
By myself with the dogs, whatever. But during the show, like, we got fans.
We got a whole 3 of them.
You have a whole 3?
We have a whole 3 fans.
Probably 3 in the room with me.
We were at 4 at once.
I keep forgetting to look up and see how many people. Okay. So there was caught a strange glowing object filmed over Stonehenge. A couple driving near Wiltshire Monument last month spotted something unusual hovering over the area. The unidentified object, which resembled a bright flat disc, was captured on camera by Tosh Minto and her partner Tony Waterhouse, who have been driving along the A303 near Mere on October 31st. I would have not thought in my wildest dreams that I would make a video like this, said Minto. On the way back from Devon yesterday, we noticed a huge bright light in the sky on the left side of A303 road. It was orange and had a very strong artificial light. My partner said there may have been more lights, but I could have sworn it was a solid body. We thought yeah, I know it does, right? We thought of drones or reflectors, but by no means matched their size. The light was constant, under the clouds and motionless. We rotated for about 3 minutes and then it disappeared. As things stand, it remains unclear what the object could have been. What do you guys think it would be?
That's cool.
Well, having a fascination with UFOs, that's a classic cigar-shaped object that looks like to me, and that gets reported a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Tic Tac size things.
Right. From a scientific view, it could just be the way the sunlight is reflecting off of a plane that's coming into land somewhere.
That's true.
You just stop that right now.
Or it's totally one of, Psycho's farts. So
It is. They shoot across the galaxy. That's actually why I have so many children. I don't have children by the actual process of conception. I fart out spores and they float out into the atmosphere and choose a worthy carrier, a worthy vessel of my intergalactic seed. I'm so sorry, guys.
Your poor wife is like watching going, oh my God.
She deals with this every day. Every day.
View of his next book.
That's funny. Made me cry a little.
News reports: strange man runs around farting into women's vaginas.
I think I saw that movie.
Oh, that's so random.
This is how the mind works of me.
Apparently.
Yep, that's
Nice.
right.
Where'd you guys go?
You're like making me cry. Stop.
So
make that fun.
I think that it's one of two things. If it's not a naturally occurring phenomenon or some kind of reflection. However, Ringmaster did make a good point because just to add to that theory, there was a case in the mid 1980s where the Soviet Union's nuclear defense system picked up what they thought were over 20 nuclear missiles coming from the United States. And they were there was a colonel at the helm and they were telling him, fire, return fire. And this Russian colonel was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Luckily, that dude stood his ground. He suffered for it later. but he stood his ground because it turned out to be just reflections of the sun off satellites, off of a solar panel that was reflecting from space, and it tripped the system. So we were that close. So stuff like that does happen. But if it's not something like that, it is either extraterrestrial or it's our own government that's testing things. I mean, because this is a little known fact most people don't know, and you can research it. It's not bullshit. You know, the Darth Vader looking stealth fighter, the F-117, not the bomber, but the fighter bomber with all the fucking crazy angles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The first one was test flown and operational in 1978. We didn't know about it until the Gulf War in 1991.
Right.
So take 20 or 25 years ahead of what we think we know about, and they're already there.
All right.
So they had the rumored Aurora project is a plane that has been or it's not really even a plane anymore, I guess, but it's capable of flight, and it's been rumored for a long time. Well, the Army tested a new age plane, a fighter jet, to fly from a base in California to Hawaii, and this thing flew so fast that it flew out of its skin, basically. Its frame moved faster than the material covering it. And that's
no way. How's that possible?
That's a real researchable thing that happened. They released a statement.
Rip the rivets back, like.
It's just basically like, imagine if your skeleton was moving faster than your flesh and punched out of it.
That's creepy.
And then crashed and exploded.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a full-on believer in extraterrestrial life. To look out, if you see the first pictures that the Hubble telescope sent out years and years ago, to look out at that and see galaxies upon galaxies stacked on one another, to think that we're by ourselves is a pretty arrogant assumption,
right?
I think. But it's also really sad if we are it's a super sad thought.
No, there's no way that we're alone with that many possibilities out there. But on the flip side of that, there is such a vast area that I can see why nobody's found us. Either that, or we're an experiment planet, or they just don't want to deal with us.
What is that?
Guess who's? That's a preview of Freaky.
Oh yeah, are you guys watching that right now?
No, guess who's running it?
We're watching something right now.
Can you fucking believe that, dude?
Are you serious?
Not an original thought. Not one single original thought.
Speaking of the government and UFOs, I never researched it, but I heard something this summer about the government actually saying yes, they exist, but there was so much going on with the president and all that political crap that it just kind of got under the rug.
Well, in COVID, and they did.
It was right after the Area 51 shit, and like right before the COVID shit, and they're like, yeah, totally, here's a bunch of these documents that are unclassified now, but also, hey, everyone's gonna die. Like,
well,
right. You might as well know now.
They admitted that they have an object that they're studying that is not from Earth, that was not created here, that is not anything that anybody has on the planet. And there was also we'll have to do next week's show. We'll have to get into this a little bit more because it's pretty interesting, because there's footage that was released from a few years ago from from two Navy fighter pilots, and they were off the coast and they were tracking this thing, and they were literally like, what the fuck is that? It was right above the surface of the ocean, And the other pilot says to their F-18 Hornet pilots, Super Hornet pilots, and he said, "Do you see how fast that thing's moving? How is it moving that fast?" And so they followed it, but they're like, "Yeah, there's no. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah." See if hopefully this is the black and white footage from their cams on their ships, on their fighter jets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you search U.S. Navy UFO close encounter, whatever, it'll come up and it'll actually show the footage from their jet cams while they're tracking this thing.
So the government released stuff in 2017, right? Admitting that there were things happening that they were unable to explain, and they were like the size of little Tic Tacs is the best way they could say it, and they were actually filmed underneath the ocean. Is that right?
There's that. There was the report that they have an object that they're studying, and it's not just us. They're like, okay, like everybody, let's just set aside all the dog and pony show for a minute. Hey, China, Russia, scientists, come over here. Let's all take a look at this thing, because if there's one thing that's going to unify this country and this whole world, it's the understanding that there is an alien presence out there and that we're probably not shit compared to them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, yeah.
And this year this year in the middle of it, and nobody paid attention to it because they're worried about toilet paper and masks and coronavirus and all this, and the presidential election. They used it as a time to come out. Like, hey, there's aliens, and everybody's like, fuck that shit. Who cares? I gotta go to Walmart and fight my neighbor.
Yeah, we were busy with toilet paper and fucking murder hornets that I never saw a single fucking one.
Never ever happened. I can't believe that shit.
Should be like one of those Mandela effect things.
Somebody mail me a murder hornet. I need to know.
At least we beat them to it.
Just put it in a box, send it to my house. I need to see it.
Still alive. You open it. You're like, ah.
Okay, just
Kill
send
the
me
bitch first.
I got a little fish tank. It's got a lid. He can live here. He'll live fat. You guys have seen my rats.
Mm-hmm.
And any animal in this house will live fat. Send me a murder hornet, somebody.
Yeah, those never really materialized. I'm waiting for on New Year's Eve to pop out and be like, surprise, motherfuckers!
Welcome in 2021.
You guys thought you just needed to get through 2020.
Ah, yes.
Yay, video.
Even during the Nimitz incident.
Yeah. They just released it last year, though.
From 2018.
Yeah, they just released it here a couple of years ago. Mad?
Yes, sir.
You're freezing up a little bit. I was just making sure you're still there.
Well, I'm downloading and playing video at the same time it happens.
All right, you and your audio are I just wanted to let you know.
Funny, we have Flicker and Raytheon cameras here for our other business. It's cool to see all this little stuff over here.
Yep, this is it. This is the one. Hopefully it runs smooth. Can't hear it, though.
Yeah. That's because it's on mute. It's got text.
Well, the pilots interacting with one another is very compelling because these are guys that those fighter pilots are fucking a different breed. They're ice cold.
Yeah, I imagine not a lot shocks them.
Well, no, and the psychological profile for those guys, I mean, you have to be a very special person. And for the ladies actually are better fighter pilots than men.
I hear that about snipers as well.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
female pilots are better because they can sustain more G's, which enables them to maneuver, do maneuvers that males cannot, because males will pass out at 11. Women can handle that shit because of less body density.
Oh, neat.
And they can also acquire multiple targets faster and engage faster.
Huh. I don't hear any audio with that one. That's all I
Poop.
get is air traffic. Poop.
Oh well.
But yeah,
We'll
I think we're really coming onto it. Really coming into it. Go ahead.
Well, I was saying next week.
I think we're
I'll
really coming
focus on
into a
doing
time
that.
when they're all gonna. Okay.
What's happening?
Pages are unresponsive.
I think you're like delayed too, because
Yeah,
things are
that's
happening.
Yeah,
I'm not-
it does that when I do videos and stuff.
Where I'll take a drink.
Right. Take a drink, give our buffer a second.
It's all right. It's live. That's what happens.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, thank you, dear.
Oh.
I just wonder if there is female aliens that look like Dax or Bajorans from Star Trek.
Right.
I like to imagine that it's all like the newer Battlestar Galactica series, where they just built them to be like amazing specimens of attractiveness.
Right.
I'd be happy with the old Star Trek women. All them
Seven of
aliens were smoking. No, the
If-
old Shatner days.
Well, no, I'm just saying if 7 of 9 and Deanna Troy's boobs got in a fight, who would win, and does it matter? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nice. So this is kind of random. Have you guys seen? It's like an alien movie, I think from like the 80s, maybe. It's about the chick. She's super hot. She inhabits like
Mimic.
this hot body, and she
Mimic.
like her
Species.
vagina
Species.
eats people. Do you know what I mean?
Her vagina eats people?
You haven't seen
Species.
that?
That's
yeah.
species, isn't it?
I think
I
so,
don't
yeah.
know.
Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that
Steve,
reminded me of that.
leave him alone.
Steve's got to
Oh,
bust
yeah.
my balls.
I think that your wife is right. Do you remember 2012, how it was supposed to be the end of the world?
Yeah, and it's 2021.
Oh, good call. Look at that. That was a confluence.
I think they're all ganging up on you.
Well, then I'll call it a confluence. Just kidding.
Oh,
That's so.
Kidding, I love
Keyword
you.
is not one to share. Mm-mm.
Don't murder me till we're off air.
No holds barred here.
Now we have to have a funeral for you.
dun.
It's got to come at some point.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a more in-depth focus on the alien stuff and Cyclotron's memorial next week.
Right.
It'll just be an Irish wake. I'll just sit here.
We'll be filming the Viking funeral at the end.
Yeah.
So my question is, when the aliens actually do show up, and you know, is it gonna be one of those things where they show up like Independence Day, where they show up and just start annihilating? Do you think there's gonna be a we come in peace thing, and our government's gonna bone it up like they did in Mars Attacks? Well, those guys were assholes anyway.
I think that if we're dealing with another humanoid species,
I'll send flowers.
I know where you sleep, so prepare.
I'll send
You know.
chocolate. She's good.
I think that if we're dealing with another humanoid species that's similar to us, we might be okay, but it actually might cause problems because we're only a little bit behind them relatively, maybe a few thousand years. But the fact of the matter is let's say that from Roswell to now, and even before then, all the historical pictures and paintings and stories. There's even stories in the Bible, if you really strip it down to it, not going after anybody's religion. But if you really look at it with an objective eye, it sounds extraterrestrial. The whole idea is,
Right.
I mean, frankly, but my point being is they had the power and will continue to have the power to wipe us out in the blink of an eye. If they wanted to, how come they haven't done it already? So apparently they don't want to. And I have friends that are just like, oh no, this is the lizard people. They're trying to infiltrate humanity. Well, why would they need to even fucking do that?
Right.
They could just enslave us right now and do whatever the fuck they want with us.
I
Or
think he watched too much They Live growing up.
right. Or there's multiple alien species, and maybe some protect us and maybe others want to eat us and take our seed. But
Oh my gosh. You
I
fart
don't-
babies.
Cosmic seed.
and I have to everybody, I
Unfortunate.
have to apologize. Things just come out of my mouth. It's stream of consciousness.
I'm waiting for Candy's comment now.
Yeah.
Any minute.
The
Put it on there.
bad thing though is in their species, it's gonna be you that gets pregnant.
And there it is. Nice.
At least it didn't say divorcing you.
I think that one was.
Oh.
One of you guys posted a damn good story to the show notes. We'll have to throw it onto the page. That apparently some creature has been blamed for mystery deaths around a bridge. And this comes out of Zimbabwe. And
I'm gonna make you read it because I can't pronounce like half the names. So tag.
And a prophet is investigating a series of deaths attributed to a mysterious creature at a bridge in Zimbabwe. You gotta be kidding me. Who wrote this?
I didn't write it. I got it off the internet. It's freaking.
His name was the guy who wrote it was probably named.
Oh no. The guy
so mean.
uses very fancy English, and I don't know half these words either. All these deaths have
Send
occurred.
it over to me.
I'm like, see, that's why I tagged out on that one.
It's allergic.
I'll go look at the show notes.
But the creature is creepy looking. You should show the creature. It's super
Yeah,
creepy.
that was my question. Is that the creature that you
That's-
sent in the picture?
That's what I found. The original article didn't have that one. I had to do a bunch of searching to find the actual creature. But yeah, it's
Wow.
freaky looking.
So the
Yeah.
deaths have all occurred near a bridge over this river near a town. How's that?
There you go.
They began all the way back in the 70s when a number of male school pupils drowned in the river while collecting water. According to the stories, the victims would report seeing a fish in the water before they drowned. How could they report that if they were
Right? If they're
The
dead.
survivors would then return to school to tell their teachers what had happened. Now the same thing seems to be happening again, except this time the victims are all adult males. Maybe it's like a Final Destination thing and it's going back for the kids that didn't get the first time. Prophet, this guy of the Zion Apostolic Church in Central Africa, who has been attributed with solving several similar mysteries, has now been tasked with investigating their deaths. It still remains unclear exactly how the drowning occurs because the river is so shallow the victims have stayed at the river's edge. Some of those who drowned were reportedly gold panners who had been there to bathe and others who had simply been there to collect water. Some suspect that a creature such as a mermaid might be grabbing or luring them into the river. Although the picture you sent me
Does not look like a mermaid. It looks like a freaking gremlin.
it kind of looks like the old freak show mermaids.
But are real
That's
mermaids?
true.
Are real mermaids going to be sexy and alluring? Maybe in the illusion that they cast.
Yeah.
If they have that power into your mind to reel you in, but what they really look like is probably, I mean, look at most of the shit that comes out of the ocean.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of that stuff is just freaky looking.
That's why I don't.
Other than
like it.
dolphins. Other than
Dolphins
sweet
are
dolphins.
cute. Dolphins are cute.
Dolphins are
They are
majestic,
cute.
beautiful, but they also do fucking weird ass shit. So.
Well, they're
I'll still
also
swim with them.
shark killers.
I don't
Joe
like sharks.
Rogan. Joe Rogan. I don't know if we can say his name on air anymore legally, but he made a really good point in one of his stand-up skits where he talked about you never catch a dolphin on a hook. They'll come while you're fishing. They'll come and talk to you and fuck with you and look
Right.
at you, but you don't ever catch those on a hook because they're that smart. Unfortunately, nets get them, and you don't want to catch a dolphin on a hook,
On
in
that
my opinion,
front,
or in anything,
I'd probably
unless. Sorry
Oh.
about our Mistress V. Go ahead.
there. No, I totally thought you were done. No, keep going, keep going.
Well, I'm just saying.
Keep going.
I was gonna say unless you're an indigenous people and it's part of your culture to hunt dolphins, then leave them the fuck alone. That I won't get into. But if you've been doing it for thousands of years and it's part of your food source, then hey, that's fine. I also don't agree with ramming another live vessel into another vessel just to make your point about protecting animals. That's crazy. It's Chris.
I'm pretty sure that's not the picture I sent you.
Mr. O'Braki.
That's a scary water demon.
No, that's this really cool guest we had at one point. His name's Chris O'Braki. He's an actor.
Yeah.
He also goes around raising ocean awareness.
Oh, that's cool.
And
He's also my cyber boyfriend.
yeah.
Be very aware of the ocean just now.
Candy, we're gonna have to talk. I don't know about all this stuff.
We have it happened. It happened on air
You gotta fill me in.
at one point.
Ooh,
His
he's a
hair
pretty
day
boyfriend.
100% working.
His
But
hair's longer than mine.
Chris is a really cool dude. He's involved with a movie that they're finishing filming. They had to pause because of the plague. It's coming out. Oh crap! What was the name of the movie? Shriek Show. That was it. Shriek Show. And I did have a trailer for it at one time. But as we were having Chris on the show to discuss his movie, we found out about all the philanthropic work he does as the Merman and with his groups going around and really trying to get some awareness of what's going on in our oceans nowadays.
And between me flirting heavily with him and him
There you go.
getting very Twitter-pated, it was that hair is goals.
He does have beautiful hair. I will give him that.
His hair's prettier than my hair.
Very little hair.
But yeah, we loved Chris. He was a great guest. I can't wait to get him on the show. I'm waiting a little bit until they had to postpone Shriek Show. It was supposed to come out in 2020, but it got backed off to 2021, of course, because of the plague. So I'm sure we'll have him back on. He does. They were doing some crowdfunding for their movie.
Sweet.
Cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
not to be a pushy dick, but
Pushy dick?
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, we should probably talk
Move
about
on.
the freak of the week before we run out of time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, he
Go
digs
for it.
that.
Because that's actually going to be shared on quite a few things, and yeah. So let me get to my shiznit here.
Yeah, bring that up. My computer's
Wait,
having
while you're
issues.
doing, I got a question. Yeah.
I bet Matt does.
Or Psychotron. I don't know who's keeping tally. I've messed up.
I have been very good about that today.
You have.
I made it a point. I think I've slipped up one time.
Because we will never bring up dolphins on this show again, naturally. And the only way to foray into this. Do you remember hearing, 15 years ago, about that, little pod of, 6 dolphins that disappeared that was carrying, lasers or explosives or some shit?
Yes,
And
they're
trolling the ocean somewhere, free with all this ordnance on them.
they're
Oh my
U.S.
Nice.
Navy trained dolphins. The Chinese and the Russians do it too. Yeah. So do we.
What if you swim with them and you're like,
well,
this random thought.
if you can harness one and ride it, then you will have a weapon. You could.
I was
shoot
gonna
a
say,
missile.
what if it explodes on you and you're like,
there are no more side quests.
right?
The original goal was for them to swim undetected into enemy naval vessels and submarines and hit the side of them because they kill sharks like that naturally. To swim undetected and launch themselves at the vessels, and then the ordnance would explode on impact, and it wouldn't cost any human lives or a large amount of military grade weaponry that costs a lot of money.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm ready for you, by the way.
Oh, I'm ready for you.
I'm ready to watch. And again.
You don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to see that
cow. A fire would probably start between the friction and the hair.
Do you know what's written with one beard?
Don't even want
to. All right. So
I'm
this
ready
week,
when you are.
Freaky. Objectify the man.
What's happening?
Son of a bitch!
It's time for our Freaky Geek of the Week.
All right.
Redo.
Freaky Geek of the Week is a man named Sean Abruzzini. He's an artist, musician, fabricator, and pretty much just anything you can think of that comes to art or creativity. This guy is it. We're going to focus on his drawings and artwork today. You can check out his page on Facebook through the Looking Glass, and I'm pretty sure we have the link to that. Yeah, we do. So Sean, Mr. Abruzzini, is a native of Northern California and now resides in South Florida on the Gulf of Texas. He is also one of, and I say this from the heart, the most warm-hearted people that I have ever had the pleasure of knowing, despite his gruff exterior and scary views on things sometimes. He's a genuinely decent guy, and he's an awesome artist. And we got a picture of him, and we also got a picture of his art. Coming up.
What do you mean coming up? I've been playing it the whole time you've been talking.
Oh, well, I can't see.
Oh, baby Yoda.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I thought I'd come across that. I thought you'd love that one.
That one's just
my son would love that one. He's like freaking into that. What was that? Your Yoda would freak out.
Little Snow White.
Yeah, that's a pretty. And Sean is watching right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he is one of my oldest friends. I've known him since second grade.
I love that.
He's the one same guy that I do the music with. God damn it, Mistress
Val.
It'll go back to sleep, I swear.
He and I used to spend untold amount of times playing Zelda. And hey, Sean, Zelda.
He looks a little young for you.
Dragon Warrior. Fucking, that's his kid, dickhead.
Sean's gonna do some of my book covers. He can draw.
Dragon Warrior, Zelda, Super Mario Brothers.
That's cute.
We both had a hard time early on in school because I was the dirty poor kid, and he was a bigger fella. So we suffered it out through Cub Scouts and stuff together, and soccer. You know, we're just two generally miserable kids that found each other and got to hang out and play video games and eat pizza.
All right. He's got some really cool work. You should post some of this stuff on the Facebook page.
I will. And if you go to the Through the Looking Glass page, he has this is just a piece. I mean, just a little bit of what he's got. And he said he was interested to see which my favorites were, because when I asked him if I could feature it, I said, is there anything specific, or you just want me to pick my favorites? And he said, I'm interested to see what your favorites are, but there's so many of them. And I picked the pictures, I picked the drawings that I felt pertinent to our show and
Right.
audience, but he's got from superheroes to, you know, fun doodles to horror stuff to alien backgrounds to digital art. He's the same guy that I do the music with.
Right.
Or, you know, he does the music. I just wail like a dying cat on it. And, but he's an extremely talented guy, doesn't give himself enough credit. And so we're going to give him the credit, and other people should give him credit too. You're welcome, Sean. Love you.
Yeah, and I really do want to feature some of his stuff on our art page. There's another page I belong to. It's I'll plug him because he's a cool dude and he participates in our page. Mad Hatter's Art Party. Sean, I'll post a link to that. I think I did recently, but it's a place for people to get together and share their art. And I have a special request. This picture here, Sean, this one is really cool. I want a ringmaster based off of kind of like this picture. You know, if he can do me a horror ringmaster, that would be fucking sweet, because I've been able to find one online anywhere.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I sent you guys a present in one of our chats.
That is beautiful.
Okay.
That is absolutely beautiful.
And
Yeah.
you want some custom book covers with your artwork?
I knew you'd love it. It's from the heart.
Back to Sean. We'll discuss this later. I am positive. I have a fucking semi boner right now.
I knew
What?
you would.
Will you scroll back to that beautiful man's face with Spider-Man? I want to see Sean. I want to see my guy. There he is.
Yeah, he's got a good hair situation too.
Yeah, right.
He's a
that
bad
hair
man. He's a big man. It's crazy. We lost touch for a few years, and we got back. And he had always been, like I said, and he's not shy about it. He was a heavy kid, caught a lot of shit, got bullied a lot, and so fuck those guys. They're all losers still to this day, doing the same thing they were since high school. But
Yeah, who's beautiful.
I got a hold of him.
Knew you'd love it.
I got a hold of him, or he got a hold of me. Somehow we got a hold of each other, and so we decided to meet up at McCallamy River in Northern California. And I get there, and here's Sean's like fucking 6'4" now, fucking super fucking lean and tan with his beautiful hair and his beard. And I was like, Sean Abruzzini? And it was cool. It had been the first time that I had seen him in years. So,
Right on.
yeah. So thanks, Sean. Thanks for letting us feature your stuff, man.
We only got a few more minutes. I want to try and get Val's Bitch Craft of the Weekend for us.
Oh, it'll be quick. It'll be over quickly. You'll love it. I feel like I could still do it, because you know what? You can't win every fucking time. Do you have my little picture handy?
I'm bringing it up right now. You just keep talking.
So I spent 3 days learning about something I couldn't fucking do this week. I tried to make a sari blouse. It was for my neighbor's wedding. She was trying to wear a traditional sari for her wedding. And she had the bottom dress part, and it was gorgeous. And she just had the material for the top blouse part. And it is not often, and I'm not trying to like humble brag, like I usually can like look at something and figure it out and make it, right? This does not look like it would take me 3 days to figure out that I flat out cannot make it.
Why not?
Still having that hard of a time with it, huh?
It's beautiful. It is parts of it, like maybe there is a more simple way, but I tried like 4 or 5 different processes just to make a muslin. You take, fabric that you like, some cheaper fabric that you don't care about, and you make like a test one. And I tried and tried and tried. I learned a lot about drafting your own patterns. I learned a lot about like contouring the bodice, making tops, but it's way more advanced than anything I've ever made. It's very fitted clothing, and whoever can make these, like, massive fucking respect, because they're beautiful, and it's way more pieces than it looks like, and it takes way more time than it looks like, and a skill set that I am now going to chase for the rest of my life so that I can make, because they're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never thought I was like some master seamstress either, but it was a humbling project to try to attempt this week, and it was just crazy learning so much about it and still not being able to do it properly and have something turn out wearable. But that was my project. That was half my week. I tried so hard. So someday when I conquer that, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah. Keep us up on the progress on that one.
Yeah, hopefully you can get her done.
I feel like there's a level of seamstress, like, sorcery it takes to do things like that and corsets and stuff, and I'm just not there yet.
You're further than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dream is to someday be able to make corsets, and I probably could be a little more aggressive in chasing that, but it's hard.
I'll be your model.
Do
You
it.
can, like, fit one for me.
Be so awesome.
I know.
Maybe did you ask her if maybe you could just leave it like a tits out option? Just have the shoulder
At her wedding?
Yeah.
Yes, at her wedding.
2020.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do have a goal for you, Mistress V. I want you to put some of your cool stuff for sale up on the page. We are about to hit Psycho
500.
Did it happen?
That's right.
Check it right now.
I'm sorry, I was speaking to the awesome and estimable Mr. Draper.
Congratulating him on his epic post.
Yes.
I'm in love.
So we're getting close. We're getting close to 500. I'm scrolling down here in the and don't let people tell you that people that say are unintelligent. It's actually a high sign of intelligence. Barack Obama did it all the time.
We do it to kill time while we're trying to find the link.
Not that that's an endorsement of Barack Obama.
It's an endorsement of the
Joe.
It just means it just
endorse you, Joe. I'm going to endorse you, but I'm going to wait till the last minute. Okay. God damn, we got so many show notes this time. I'm not used to it.
Oh no.
All right, so
brought an overachiever in.
My bad.
Where did it go? Okay. So far we're almost at 500 likes / followers. Very close. And so I have a celebration for that once we hit it, as we draw closer to the first 500. Whoever the 500th like is will be getting classic horror movie of their choice as a prize. Nothing crazy though. No, not. It's going to be one movie. It's not going to be a fucking box set or an $80 collector's edition. You're getting a fucking $20 DVD. That's what you get.
I'll send you a book and I'll sign it.
There, that too. There you go.
I have many.
I
can't find any right now.
And quickly, and I always hate that I leave this to the last one. We're having the greatest vampire movie vote off still. So far, The Lost Boys, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Underworld, and Blade have won their battles in the first round, and we'll move on to the second round. Our next battle will be an epic one with Interview with the Vampire versus John Carpenter's Vampires. The two losers of the first round with the most votes so far are Fright Night and 30 Days of Night, who will face off as an undercard with a chance to take another shot at the title. And From Dusk Till Dawn also deserves an honorable mention and maybe back. It depends on how things go. We'll see.
Wait. Dusk Till Dawn only got honorable mention?
Yeah, dude, it didn't do well at all.
It actually got shit on.
Wow. I love that movie.
So do I.
It's a good movie, but
Yeah.
That one went up against 30 Days a Night, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough contender. Oh, right on. So we'll see what's coming up. Who's going to win?
Well, we will, and with that, I also want to do whoever wins it. We'll figure out a competition to where somebody will get a DVD for one of the vampire movies that they're doing. That
Cool.
wins. So, I'm sorry, I'm distracted right now.
Yeah, and I know I fucked you all up by cutting you off.
No, it's okay.
Well, that's about our time for this week, guys. Anybody have anything else? Anything cool you want to throw out there real quick?
I want you to play my audio.
Oh, see?
Play
You guys
the
got to remind
audio.
me of this stuff.
Isn't it like, roll that beautiful bean footage? Has nothing to do with beans, though.
Does it do with flicking a bean?
No.
Why am I front and center?
Because you were talking, and now you're not. Now we're just staring at you.
Looking all cool with your sunglasses up in here.
What's up? Like my hat? Old
love
fire crew hat.
Nice hat.
The D stands for Dan.
Is Sean still here, or did he leave?
He probably left. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. No, I think he's still here.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Steve. And I'm sure
And
Candy.
if you can't catch us live, remember, guys, we do this at 1 o'clock Pacific. No, that's not right. 1 o'clock. No, 12 o'clock Central Time. Man, these freaking time zones fuck me all up.
That's funny.
We still got 3.5 minutes.
Hi, Sean.
I just want to say, are you running the audio?
Yeah, Nikki wanted me to play this. It was actually
I don't know who
ghost
Nikki
story
is.
that she had sent to us earlier in the week.
Does anybody know who Nikki is? Where's Nikki?
Oh, sorry. She's a ghost, I know.
Yeah, well, that's my one for the week.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's a ghost story. It's creepy. If the ringmaster will get there.
Speaking of creepy,
I can't get it to play.
I went and I watched that Murder at the Mansion thing. I agree.
You can't hear that at
You
all.
think it's murder? Yeah.
Agree murder.
I can't hear it at all.
Me neither. You didn't even have your headphones on? Hold on.
I can hear everything else.
I feel like we found the problem, first of all.
Nice.
You guys are really loud. It played for me.
It's an MP3. Do I need to save it in like Wave or something? I can hear it vaguely, but not very loud. Sounds like it's underwater.
What's that?
Is that better?
It's still kind of low. I don't know. Do you want me to send it to YouTube? You're gonna have to like fast forward past the
Everything
intro.
fell apart in the last 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. It was because I wanted the audio. I screwed it up.
Well, damn it. It worked when I tried it. What the hell is that?
D is for Dick Anus.
Who called me Dick Anus?
I believe that was her wifey.
He's called.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That's my nickname, Dick Anus.
Dick Anus?
Yes.
Is it pronounced Decanus?
Yeah. Dan Ducanus, attorney at law, out of Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Do you want me to send you a link to it if you forward past the intro?
I'm working on it. You guys just keep talking. And when you hear audio, shut up.
You can win this book. It's a pretty book. It's actually my favorite cover. I'm over here showing pretty books.
Do it. Your books are.
So while we're waiting for this,
Go ahead. I'm just showing books.
want to say that today is a day of victory. The truth is finally coming out about something, and it's gonna continue to come out as more and more people start to realize exactly how awful some other people are, and by their own actions, by their own words, and by their own admission, they will destroy themselves. And I fucking told you it was going to happen because that's what I do and that's who I am.
And
I can see you. I can see shit ahead of time when it comes time to stuff like that. And you are so fucked. You are so fucked, especially with the new information that I have. Now you can eat a big fat fucking bag of dicks. And I am so happy that you are going to fucking crash and burn and fail. Nobody fucking likes you. You know what you need to do to make the world a better place, JB, and you should probably do it on air. And I'll leave it at that.
The chickens
Oh, how are we going there, the Ringmaster?
It sucks ass.
Do you want me to send you a link, or do you want to do it next week?
Well, you can send me a link real quick through Messenger.
But fast forward because it has an intro.
That's all well and good.
intros? Because I like those.
Fast forward because it has an intro. Listen to her. You guys can keep talking. There's all types of neat stuff in the show.
We're at 131.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should probably cut an end to it, though, because hang on. Just give me 1 minute, damn it. We ran over before, and it hasn't messed with us too bad.
We honestly hit 130 right at the end of the...
Okay, I just sent it.
Say this. Long live Ernie Draper, my friend Aaron Gobra. All right. Slanawalia Anamara.
I mean, you could play the intro. I just figured you probably didn't want to, so it's fine. I don't care.
I'm still working on jumping over ads.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I like to monetize.
There were other comments on that, and right as I was about to screen it, it went not live anymore, and they're gone forever. I'm so sorry. I was trying to be diligent.
That is the weirdest damn thing.
You had two.
I've had a lot of coffee.
I'm working on it.
coffee.
You guys just keep talking.
I had an orange juice and a water.
Did I cut everybody
Look
off?
at you being all healthy.
I have to go pee so bad.
I'm thirsty. I am the thirstiest hoe on the planet. I am so
Well, this has technically like a video attached to it, so there's like art if he plays that part of it. So
I am doing that.
yeah. So if you need a bathroom break, you have 2 minutes.
I give them about 45 seconds.
Just to fill you guys in on a little something. Somebody caught somebody else on air and was able to get into it, and actually fucking called Crimson Snatch out on his fucking bullshit.
Nice.
Woohoo! This is
Not like a dog do something.
they normally don't take this long.
Val, you see the blood memory? I can't help it. You see how it just rises. It takes over. I feel like I'm 18 again.
The froth upon your lips right now.
Oh, both sets.
Oh no!
I hear children, angry
I'm
children.
gonna take it. That's my minions.
Rabid happiness.
My what?
Your rabid happiness.
Yes, I'm ecstatic. This is seriously 100 years ago, 200 years ago, I would look just like this with this smile, but there would be blood all over my face, and I would be holding people's heads up.
Little chunks of hair sticking to you that aren't yours.
Yeah, bone fragments.
I think you can get away with that.
I'm gonna go pee. Don't listen.
Oh, it's coming. 6 seconds. You can't go nowhere. It's coming.
His bladder has a
Hold on.
timer.
All right.
That didn't sound
What-
great.
Yeah, what was that?
He went to go pee and there's a scream. What is happening?
Prostate when he gets back.
Oh, I see my intro. It's so pretty.
You can see it?
Yeah, it's like in the middle thingy on the bottom. My hair's tingling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. He's fine. My child is a gremlin. They're all gremlins at one stage. It's all good.
Some of them never grow out of it.
Some don't. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do. I was kind
Well,
of a gremlin
see-
till 23.
I still am.
Nice. That's
Oh, come on back, Psycho. We want to wrap this shit up. I found the video.
Candy, send him back.
Come on, Dick Anus.
That's Dan Ducanis.
Lord
Attorney at
Duquesne.
law. Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's do this. I don't hear anything.
And you still can't hear it at all, can you?
Nope, but there's pretty pictures.
Can you hear that at all?
No.
I cannot hear.
Why can't I hear it?
I don't know. You're the producer.
Because we're failing, mate. That's why.
Today's just off.
It is. I
It's all good.
that,
Next week, I might read it. This is quite the journey.
it is, man. I don't get it at all.
Hear it.
Everything's set where it's supposed to be. Oh well.
So
Fun
well-
time.
I have not gotten a response yet, but I have asked a very, very special guest potentially if he would like to be on the show next weekend.
That would be
Oh,
fun.
So hopefully
That-
we hear back from him soon.
hopefully.
We're all pulling.
Love you all.
Love you all.
Good show.
Yeah.
Except for the last 5 minutes.
That's all right. Hey, too bad, so sad. That's it. That's all. Hope you had a ball, y'all. This is the Three Freaks Circus. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, check us out on YouTube. We do this thing live at 12 o'clock Central Time every Sunday. Check out the Facebook page. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere. That's Three Freaks Circus. We're out of here.
Gotcha, Johnny.
Get